Guys, Q here from Hyperstocks. Thank you so much for checking in. This video will pretty much cover our new weekly watch list, which we post every single week on our Instagram, but we'll be doing videos on them from now on every Sunday. So please make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video for you to see our future content. Before we jump into this weekly watch list, we're going to go over the results from last week's weekly watch list, which was posted on our Instagram last Sunday. So if you don't already follow us on Instagram, please make sure to do so. We post our weekly watch list on Instagram as well with specific exit points, stop loss points, and price targets. So it's very important that you have both sets of information for your success in the watch list to be perfect. Now, in terms of last week's watch list, you can see that our leader was Plug. It gained nearly 40% since our entry point, which was an absolutely thrilling stock to trade through the week. Great results there. And then we have follow-ups from SUM and RYAM. And then most other stocks did break out. However, UVXY, we placed that one as an insurance play because it does go up when the market comes down. So we didn't necessarily expect it to break out unless we had a bearish market, and that was going to be our insurance play. Now, in terms of this week's watch list, you can see that some of them are blocked out. Those are only blocked out because they are exclusive to our members in the community. And if you want to ever join our community, our link is posted below in the description, so please make sure to check it out. As far as the other setups, we'll be going over the charts. We'll be talking about what attracted us to these specific stocks and how you can potentially trade them for yourself. We encourage you to do your own research before taking on any positions. And remember, you always trade at your own risk. In terms of the first stock on the watch list, that's going to be Apple. Now, it is probably the biggest event in the market this week that Apple is announcing their new iPhone. This is the iPhone 12, and the biggest thing that investors are looking out for here is going to be the 5G technology. A lot of investors and analysts are concerned that coronavirus could have potentially slowed down 5G development, and if they don't hear those words 5G in the new phone, it's not going to look good for Apple. But we're going to assume, or we're going to predict, that we are going to get that 5G phone, and we have a setup perfectly created for it. Remember, we always trade the reaction of the market to the news, not the actual news itself. And here we have a chart that's looking perfectly primed for a potential upside move. You can see that Apple hit a double bottom at 105 when the market was a little bit in more turmoil. Since then, the stock has gone up, but it needed a cool down period. So you can see it channeled down until eventually it broke out of the channel on Friday, breaking out of that 116 resistance that it's been resisting at for so long, and it had all the way up to 118 in the post-market trading. So tomorrow or Monday, we can expect the stock to either open just below 118 or maybe gap up above 118. At that point, you can turn 118 into your support point, in which you can use as a potential stop loss, and you can continue riding the stock up through the 120 and 122.50 price targets. Remember that the Apple event is really important, and it is on Tuesday. So you have to be tuned in if you are in a position for the stock, and you have to place proper stop losses in case the stock reacts poorly to the announcement. The next stock on our watch list is going to be Waste Management. Now, Waste Management is one of those stocks that we will always need as a country. So no matter what condition our world is in, unless it's something completely traumatic, you're going to see opportunity in Waste Management, and it's a perfect for those who like slow-moving stocks, because through market volatility, we obviously know that the leaders of the market will suffer the most in terms of bad news or in reaction to bad news. Waste Management is a bit of a slower stock that's perfect for the volatile markets, but it is a consistent enough stock to give you good returns on a potential breakout. This stock we're watching this week for a breakout above 116. You can see that the stock has been creating an ascending triangle pattern that could lead it for a breakout above 116. Our first price target for it is going to be 118, 119, and then 120 eventually. Remember, since it is a slow-moving stock, you're going to want to raise your price target gradually as it goes up. So if the stock breaks out of 116, you can safely raise your target from 115 to 116 and allow it to ride up. And as the stock continues to push up and higher highs and higher lows become developed, you can slowly move that stop loss up and up to make sure that you capture profit in case the stock breaks the trend up, and you'll still exit profitably. The next stock on our watch list is going to be NVAX. Now, NVAX has been a little quiet lately as it consolidates after bottoming out at the $90 price point. So you can see that the stock reached the $90 price point, bottomed out, and has since came back up and is now creating a perfect pennant pattern that's looking to break out as it gets tighter and tighter. You can see that the stock is becoming tighter and tighter in trading range, and it's looking to make that upside move and move up to the 120 price target. If you don't know what this company does, it is one of the leaders in the COVID-19 vaccine development, and at one point it reached a total of $190. However, since then the stock has pulled back significantly. We are currently in phase 2 of their trial, so we are expecting some results from them in the very near future. This company received a $1.6 billion funding from the US government for over 100 million doses of the vaccine when it does get approved. So they should be on their way to moving up as long as those phase 2 trials are doing well. We can expect the stock to make a massive run once we see positive results from those trials, because NVAX has a history of going strong once it does run. You can see that back in July, the stock had a massive run that took it up through August. And we can expect the same thing to happen once the stock does indeed break out from that 120 and 26 resistance point. And we can gradually, like the last stock, raise our stop losses as the stock keeps going up, and it's important to always take profits at price targets. So NVAX is going to be another one that we're watching this week. Since COVID cases are starting to go up higher and higher, we are also looking at the stock VXRT. Now, VXRT is also a potential runner for vaccine for COVID-19. However, their vaccine is a little bit different because they're one of the only stocks or companies that was approved by the FDA for an oral vaccine. So rather than taking a shot, VXRT is trying to make an oral vaccine for the coronavirus. So in terms of their technicals, the stock is looking pretty good. You can see that the stock had a massive breakout from the $6 resistance back in September 11th, and since then the stock has ran up and came back down, but it managed to bottom out above that support point. So after the $6 price point was broken out of, it automatically becomes a support, and you can see the stock never broke it on the way back down, and it's now fluidly trying to recover, and it's creating this nice pennant pattern just below the 7.50 resistance. So this week we can watch the stock at the 7.50 resistance for a potential breakout to run to $8 and $8.30, and I've got some support points for you guys to potentially use as stop losses. So really exciting. I'm really excited for VXRT because it does also have a history of running strong once it does break out. But remember, we always want to wait for confirmation above the resistance of a breakout before jumping in. The next stock we're watching is going to be NEO. Now, if you are in the hyperstock community, you were lucky enough to receive an alert on the stock back when it was only trading at $3 for a potential high-risk long-term investment. Since then, the stock has received over a 1,200% gain, so it's absolutely amazing. Keeps getting upgrades from analysts. You can check out our previous video on YouTube, and you can see that we actually just made a video about the stock, so we won't go too far into detail for it, but we will show you that the stock is perfectly consolidating after a pennant breakout, and it's now looking to test 22.60 to move to our price target of $24 to $25. Last but not least, the stock we'll be watching is going to be Walmart. Walmart is another stock in our focus this week. You can see that it has a very nice bottoming out pattern. The stock struggled for the longest time around the 142 resistance. You can see that it attempted multiple breakouts above that point, but it failed to do so. But finally on Friday it got a little bit more momentum and it pushed it above the 142, and it closed above the 142, which is more important after creating this pennant pattern. And the stock is now looking to break 143.40 and move to our 145 to 147 price target. Also remember that Walmart is indeed involved in the TikTok deal that the market is awaiting. So once that TikTok deal goes through, which it likely will, Walmart will also gain a significant amount as it becomes more and more of a hot stock for analysts and investors. Anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked what you saw, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. If you want to join our community to get future alerts or weekly alerts and daily alerts, you can go ahead and do so by using the link that we'll leave in the description. Thank you again for checking in. You guys have a great day and good luck trading this week.